The Moskova, the pride of Russia's Black Sea Fleet, now apparently at the bottom of the ocean. The Soviet-era missile cruiser was seen in flames on Wednesday night. It had an estimated 500 crew on board. Russia says the fire started accidentally, but Ukraine claims its forces hit the ship with 2 Neptune missiles. The loss of the Moskova will hamper any Russian attempt to capture the port of Odessa. It's also being seen as a huge blow to the prestige of the Russian military.
Now, the world's largest superyacht has been stopped from sailing after Germany officially confiscated the asset of Russian oligarch Alisher Usmanov. The superyacht was seized as part of the tranches of sanctions against Russia by the West. According to Forbes, the 156-meter long has an estimated value of nearly $600 million. The boat was docked for repairs in Hamburg since October last year, but authorities had run into a legal hurdle as the yacht was owned by oligarch's sister. Following the Western sanctions on Russian oligarchs' family members, European authorities could now seize the superyacht. Alisher Usmanov is one among the prominent Russian oligarchs who have come under scrutiny due to his links with English football club Everton, just like former Chelsea Football Club owner Roman Abramovich.
Over 100 people injured, according to the Palestinian Ministry for Health, more than 40 people arrested in Israeli raids that were carried out, on the second Friday of Ramadan, the first day of Passover, the first day of Easter. There were Israeli troops inside the Al-Aqsa mosque trying to clear out what they called rioters. They said they entered after the dawn prayer, when Muslim worshippers were throwing rocks down at the Jewish area at the Western Wall. There were 2 sets of raids. There were violent clashes. There were stun grenades, tear gas, rubber bullets. And right now what we're seeing is Palestinians, Muslim worshippers, cleaning up ahead of the main prayer of the day. That's in about 2.5 hours' time, the noonday prayer. And it's interesting also because there are tens of thousands of people, Muslims from inside Israel, Palestinians from the West Bank, now converging on Jerusalem to take part in those prayers, with the Palestinian Authority warning that we are on the brink of a religious war.
On the white cliffs of Dover, looking out across the English Channel, which separates Britain from France. 600 people crossed this narrow stretch of water by boat on Wednesday. Not a huge figure in the scheme of things, but under pressure, Boris Johnson is determined to be seen to be doing something to stop the dangerous journeys.
It's a busy shipping line. It is a busy shipping line. Yeah.
And so, more than 6,000 kilometres away in Kigali, his Home Secretary announced an ambitious deal with the Rwandan government. In theory, anyone who enters the UK via a so-called illegal route may be sent to Rwanda to have their claim for asylum processed.
Those who are resettled will be given the support, including up to 5 years of training with the help of integration, accommodation, healthcare, so that they can resettle and thrive.
Now, the torrential downpour in South Africa may have subsided, but the trail of destruction has left a deadly impact on the lives of South Africans. The death toll is inching towards 350. The government has given no indication on how many people are missing, but the cost to the state is expected to be in hundreds of millions. Volunteers are trying to put a lid on the disaster by distributing basic necessities such as food packets. The record rainfall has inundated parts of South Africa, especially the municipality of Durban. Nearly 41,000 people have been in the proximity of the city. Local community members say the state of disaster is unprecedented.
There are signs of growing tension in Shanghai after a video emerged of a confrontation between police and people being forced out of their homes as the city enters its third week of COVID lockdown. Clashes happened as police forcibly moved people out of residential compounds, which are being turned into temporary quarantine centres.
3 weeks into lockdown, some here in Shanghai are angry. In broad daylight, a confrontation. The police up against the people. Scenes like this have become increasingly unusual here, but then so is locking down almost 25 million people.
An unwanted arrival on Aussie soil, Omicron XE touching down in New South Wales with an overseas traveller.
There's no cause for alarm. This is what this virus is going to keep doing. It's going to keep evolving. It's going to keep combining.
The new variant is two different Omicron strains merged together. Early data suggests the hybrid is between 10 and 20% more contagious, but about the same in severity. Australia now joins Israel, India, China, Japan, Thailand and the UK with confirmed cases.